What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I have something to get off my chest, and I'm the type of guy, when I have it to get off my chest, I think that it turns into good material when I get it off quickly, right? So here's what's on my mind at the moment. A majority of people in the world, and I want you to hear what I'm about to say, feel that just because the majority of people believe something, that is true. Now, I want you to think about what I just said. If you go against the grain, you're wrong. I put a post up on my channel, not channel, but Facebook page the other day, talking about ADHD kids and how these kids were thrown in special ed and called dumb and didn't fit the grain and whatever it was, and they were considered wrong. And then people tried to medicate them because they didn't fit in the group of the majority of kids. So if they didn't have a long attention span and they were somehow all over the place, that was wrong. And then they even went further to say that these kids had this brain activity wasn't there because the majority of people felt that you should be this way. We grew up as kids where everybody said, what do you want to be? And everything was job related. But if you said, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to have my own business, son, you need to go to school and get a good job. Daughter, you need to go to school and get a good job. And if you didn't, the whole time you were trying to succeed, people thought you were insane. But let me ask you a question, because we're talking about simple math here. And here's the simple math. Why is it that 95% of people are really broke? And yet the 3 to 5%, and some people say the 3% or whatever it is, why is it that they're making all the money? So if what you say is true about the majority of people, if the majority of people believe something, then it must be true. Why are the 3%, the 5%, why are they killing it? Why are they going insane to the point where people are creating lies about them? Well, the only reason they're rich is because they help each other getting rich. It wasn't because they sacrificed sleep. They found their niche. They did their passion. They did their things. They didn't waste their money. They invested in the things that they wanted to invest in that was going to give them a great return. Couldn't have been that. It's because they were born wealthy. But you don't understand that most people who are wealthy are self-made. Their family didn't have much wealth. Because what you don't understand is that when you have wealth and you pass it to a kid without teaching him or her the necessary steps to protect that wealth, it will be gone. It will be just like the lottery winner. Just like the lottery winner. This is why NBA players and NFL players don't keep money, because they don't understand the principles of money. Money can actually damage a person's life if they don't know how to manage it. But I am sick and tired of the majority of people coming around something and saying, well, we believe this, so it must be true. People bring feelings in things. Just because you feel a certain way doesn't make it right. Some people thought Barack Obama was insane for opening the doors of Cuba. And I can tell you right now, if he didn't do it, most presidents that would have came after him would have never did it. Only because of one reason. Pride. We all come from, well, not we all, but a majority of us come from the Christians and the Islamic and the Judaism type faiths. But isn't it about forgiveness and that? Forgive your enemies? Isn't that one of the rules? But we don't forgive in this case. We just remain enemies for the rest of our lives. This is why we have wars. But I'm going to tell you right now, for those entrepreneurs out there who are striving to be better, even though everyone around you is telling you somehow that you're doing the wrong thing, and they're waiting for you to fail, because people don't want to see other people succeed. There are only a few that I came across where people are trying to actually support you. Now, you don't need that support to succeed, but you will be surprised at all the people that I have to kind of talk off the ledge and say, hey, look, stick with it. I don't care who believes in you. It's your belief. Believe in it. Go after it. And then all of a sudden, when that person makes it, then you hear things like, that's my cousin. That's my friend. I grew up with that person. They want to take the credit then. Then they want to say things like, if you forget about them, they say things like, well, you forgot all about us. You don't know how to give back. They only give so much to charity. When Oprah gave to, well, she didn't bring her money to the United States. She gave to a school in Africa. When Dr. Dre sold Beats or whatever, they said, well, he gave the USC, but why didn't he give the black colleges? Warren Buffett, why didn't he do it? I mean, so then we become people that we tell people how to spend their money. I'm gonna say this, people, and if you don't get anything from this video, get this. The less you follow the herd, the more correct you are. The less you follow the herd, the more correct you are. And here's why. Most people are scared as hell. They want to stay in the comfort zone. They believe in their heads that if they are in the comfort zone, don't disrupt that. Don't send me to a country I don't understand because I'll get kidnapped and wrapped in duct tape. Don't have me take this business deal that I don't understand because I'll do this. Let me just stay here. Let me just be comfortable. Because it's so scary with something different. If I don't know it, it must be wrong. That's a big thought. If I don't understand you, you must be wrong. But you don't understand that that's the beauty of traveling. This is why in China they build skyscrapers by using bamboo scaffolding. Here in the U.S. they have steel. Maybe in Indonesia they have something else. But it doesn't mean that the skyscraper doesn't get done. There are many ways to skin a cat. And no one of us can sit here and say, this is the correct way. And if you don't do it this way, you're wrong. Really? People, we have to wake up. If there's a dream that you want, go after it. I don't care if everyone around you says it's incorrect. Go after it. That's the problem we have in this world. We all try to hold everyone down. Nobody moves ahead. Stay down with us. Because if you go out and then when people move out and start doing their own thing, then people become spies. They look on their Facebook. Every time they come around them, are you still doing that business? How is that going? And then when they leave your presence, they're like, this person is still trying to do this thing. Like, really? Like, this person's going to fall flat in their face, right? And they're not making money, and they're doing these things. And all of a sudden, they get it. After falling on their face over and over and over and over again, they finally get it, and then they sprint past you. Then it becomes, well, that person, they don't give back. They try to find something. I've talked to people to say, hey, have you ever tried to explain what you do to people? And I'm like, never. Because if I do, they think it's a scam. They think it's this. They think it's that. So shout out to my people who are different, who want something out of their lives, who want to go against the grain. Because I can promise you right now, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of you think that somehow coming to this side is full. No. It's like the person that buys a white Jetta. Then all of a sudden you start noticing all the white Jettas around you that you never noticed before. And you think somehow that it's crowded. The marketplace is crowded. But there's only a few Jettas on the road. That's how it is when you start in a business, when you're doing something. It looks like everybody is in it, but you're only paying attention to it because now you're doing it. But it's still not that many people in it. So be the few. Surround yourself around the few. Challenge your environment every 90 days. If you're comfortable and everything is not growing and you're kind of like this for 90 days, challenge yourself. Do something. Do something out of the box to keep yourself moving. You don't want to, because that's how growth is. And growth, I can tell you right now, isn't always comfortable. So if you're comfortable right now, by doing the same job and you hate it, you got to shake it up. So that's all I got to say, people. I hope everything is going great in your life. I hope you're getting all the things that you want. And that's it. So until next time, signing off.